is not a game. This is a 12-week job interview. Never, ever, ever underestimate me.
14 people came to London in search of a job.
I don't like liars. I don't like cheats. I don't like bullshitters. I don't like schmoozers. I don't like arse lickers.
They've come to battle it out for a job with Sir Alan Sugar.
I would have told you to piss off.
Tough and uncompromising, Sir Alan is at the top of his game with a global empire worth £700 million. He's offering one job with a 6-figure salary.
I'm gonna fucking win this night if it kills me.
To get it, they'll have to work and live together and face a weekly business task.
You can't fucking fire me!
Do you feel the pressure is building?
This is the ultimate job interview.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Last week, the candidates got a reality check.
If you might have thought throughout the course of this exercise that it's been a bit of a game, well, I can understand you having those feelings. I'm looking for somebody to work for me, all right? Serious, dead serious. Got it?
Instead of a task, they faced hours of hostile questioning.
I see it. Good. Sorry, you're a self-confessed liar, aren't you?
Sir Alan's most trusted advisors grilled them fiercely.
It was a Section B public order offence.
Right.
Nothing to do with drinking.
Right, with nothing. So you were disorderly without drink?
Yeah.
In the boardroom, the boss got the lowdown.
James is a graduate surveyor who, if it wasn't The Apprentice, he would apply for Blind Date or any other show.
Having been briefed, Sir Alan took the unprecedented step of first firing one hopeful.
James, you haven't convinced me. You're fired.
And then another.
But we're different.
Well, if we're different, then, Paul, maybe you've just answered it for me. You're fired.
Now only Tim and Syra remain. With the final test to come, who will be the apprentice? The 12-week job interview is reaching its climax. Either Tim or Syra is about to become Sir Alan's apprentice.
Syra's a good competitor. She's strong, she can be very aggressive and very direct, but we both know as competitors we're going to give it everything we can.
I respect him as an opponent. I respect him the fact that he's young and that's what Sir Alan might be looking for. But I think I'm better than Tim. Hello, Syra speaking.
Tim and Syra have been called to the boardroom to be briefed on their final task. The winner will receive a job worth £100,000 a year. For transport manager Tim and saleswoman Syra, this is no time for self-doubt.
I only know how good I am when I compare myself to other people. And if you're asking me, do I think I was better than all of the 14 or 13 out there, then yes, I do, because I worked with them on every single task and every single one I shone through.
My belief in myself was not unfounded. I've been able to come into this situation and do the best I possibly could and get through all the different tasks, and not by accident. I truly believe I deserve to be here because I've worked hard.
This time, the would-be executives will travel to the boardroom business class.
Right, let's see what's going to be in store for us now. I'll go with this one.
Tim and Syra are about to discover they'll spend the next 3 days on the Thames. It'll be the ultimate test of their leadership style. But before you can lead a team, you've got to select one.
Hello.
Sir Alan has called back the rejected candidates to work for the 2 finalists.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
You're the 2 finalists. You recognise some of these familiar faces here. They're here to help you in the next task. Both of you are going to choose 3 people from your former colleagues. Here we go. Ladies, pull it. Towels it is. Tim, you won the toss. You got the first choice.
Ben.
Sarah.
James.
Tim, your turn again.
Miriam.
Sarah.
Raj.
Tim, your final choice.
Sebastian.
Right, Sarah, pick your final assistant.
Paul.
I was hoping. Right, folks, both of you are going to be given a riverboat. What's going to happen is you're going to put on some kind of an event. I'm going to be judging this not just necessarily on who takes the most amount of money, but more on how professionally it has been done, and also whether you gave all of the clients that night good value for money, and in my view, whether they'll ever come back again. Don't underestimate this one. This is a biggie, because the big event is on Thursday night. You'll be back in this boardroom Friday, where one of you is going to get fired. Off you go.
Hey.
This is the final hurdle before Sir Alan's job. This is the last opportunity I have to do the most I can.
I'm determined to win it. I'm absolutely determined. They also know in me that I will do anything to win.
Sarah has chosen James, who's been on more winning teams than any other candidate. Raj, who she's always been close to.
We are the Asian team.
74 then, yeah?
No.
No?
75.
Oh, is it 75?
Yeah.
And Paul, a surprising choice given their constant rows.
4 times I've been on the winning side. You came out with that statement.
I'm not going to take responsibility for you being in that position right now. That's unfair.
Paul, tell me why you've brought these 2 ladies in here. Nothing to do with you having a little altercation on the last task, then?
As I walked out, I shook hands with Sarah.
That's an absolute lie. We did not shake hands after.
We shook hands out there as we walked down.
We did not shake hands, Paul. I think Sir Alan may have been a bit surprised why I picked Paul, but although Paul and I don't see eye to eye on things, with me, he realises that I'm a very strong woman and I've got enough balls to shut him down, and I think he respects that.
I get people to work with me, and I think that we can do a better job if that's the case, and that's the way we're going to hopefully win.
Tim has enjoyed success working alongside Miriam, Sebastian and Ben on previous tasks.
It's really exciting to have the whole team back
great.
together again.
It is a very, very solid team.
Without doubt, I am 110% behind Tim, and I want him to succeed.
Tim and Sarah's challenge is to motivate a group of people who seem to have nothing to gain from the task.
It's a different game because we don't have to perform in the same way that we've had to perform as team members before.
Because you're not going to get a bollocking.
No, well, it's irrelevant. What we have to do is we have to help the project manager do what they want to do. So it's a very different kind of...
It's a different dynamic because before everybody shared responsibility because you never were sure.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why it comes down to your project project leadership.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can you manage someone who may not necessarily really give a shit?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want...
I actually think the pressure is on you guys as well because this... No, not pressure, but I think it's your opportunity to shine.
Sean.
we've had 10 weeks of shine. The candle's flickering out now.
Tim and Syra have 3 days to stage an event on the Thames. They'll choose between 2 riverboats, the Elizabethan, a replica paddle steamer, and the Natisha, a modern river cruiser.
Hello.
Hello there, Will.
How are you, Tim?
My name's Gary, the captain.
For once, this task won't just be about profit. Sir Alan's also looking for a creative business brain.
We need to come up with a theme now. And it's like, unless you want to go and sell tickets to people and you're like, well, what's the party about? And you're like, I'm not quite sure.
We should go off to 4 corners and we should each come up with 3 themes and then we stick them all on the table.
Unless somebody can come up very quickly with a bloody bright idea, let's not faff around.
Imagine for a second we turn your bottom deck into a lap dancing club.
Can I watch?
We've obviously got some really good suggestions for this particular boat and some for the other boat as well, but we're more confident about being able to fill out this boat than we are the other one.
After checking them out, Tim and Syra actually want different boats, but neither wants to show their hand first.
Hello, Syra.
Good afternoon, Timothy.
Which boat do you want?
I'd like you to answer that question first.
Ladies first, I asked the first question.
I'm not moving, Tim.
I asked you the first
I'll
question.
stay here 3 days. Which boat do you want?
I asked you the first question. This is going to take forever.
It will, I'm not moving.
I asked you the first question. I was polite.
I don't care about you being polite, this is a business meeting.
Of course it is.
Okay, you want me to tell you which boat we want?
I'll ask you a simple question, which boat do you want?
Okay, we want that boat.
Okay, thank you very much.
I said, we want that boat. He went, thanks very much. That's it. Done deal.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, yes.
Did you? You're the man.
What have they seen in that blooming...
No, it doesn't matter because both boats are the same, but fancy giving this one up without a fight.
Yeah, right on board.
Are you going for a boat ride?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Down the road.
Hey!
Hey!
See you in the Caribbean.
We'll be in France in
What's wrong? Why do you keep doing that?
With just 3 days till the event, it's decision time. Tim abandons lap dancing in favour of a fashion show. It's an ambitious strategy which needs the full support of his team and the staff on the boat.
We want people to be satisfied by the end of the evening from a food perspective.
Tim hopes to impress Sir Alan by staging a glittering event.
An upmarket champagne or just a basic champagne?
I think we'd like something that's, you know, a recognisable name.
You're looking at a brand name like Moishan.
I think we're looking at something like that. Exactly right. Yeah.
Just to work out whether we need to show that. As in putting on.
Sebastian and Ben hit the phones.
And we're looking to put on a fashion show. We're looking for aspiring fashion designers.
Syra's approach is different. She reckons Sir Alan rates profit above style.
If you want to call it the Smirnoff party, you know, provide the Smirnoff and done.
Right. So who is going to ring up the drinks people?
I can make a call or 2.
Okay.
Her
so if
aim,
you do that,
cut costs and make
something,
money.
The Smirnoff party or whatever. Whoever gives us the free drinks, it will be called that party.
We're very flexible. I mean, if somebody was able to say to us, look, we can give you, you know, 8 bottles of this or 10 bottles of this, quite frankly, I guess I'm looking for 3 or 4 cases of spirits.
Okay.
James's persistence pays off.
It's Sue, isn't it? Sue?
Skeets.
He finds a company looking to launch a new brand of Californian wine.
We've got fairly kind of distinct ideas of in terms of the theming and
yes.
stuff. Yes,
but we can adapt.
We can work that. These are just initial.
It'll mean free plonk if they can agree a theme.
It's a Californian wine. It's very much, if you think about road movies, it's all that kind of imagery. It's kind of Thelma and Louise, and on the front of the wine bottle, it's got like a Californian license plate. So all that kind of imagery we want to kind of convey and whatever.
We'd love to use that.
We're quite happy to go with the Californian theme. So what would you suggest that we do to enhance that? Because we then, if you're saying look at California, look at Thelma and Louise, what things could we do on the boat to reflect that?
I don't know. I mean, get a Harley on board, or I don't know. Right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trips around the deck.
Okay.
I have no idea, but
I
think
get a Harley on board.
Yeah. We'll look at that. So you think at the moment we can get about 120 bottles?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah, I think
and
that
that'll be a mixture of
fine,
kind of Chardonnays and reds and rosés and
rosés.
things. So.
Okay.
Thank you, driver.
As well as free drinks, Sarah wants cheap entertainment and dispatches Paul to Covent Garden.
He's a very good guitarist, but I don't think we're looking for a guitarist. I think we're looking for maybe a magician, a mime artist, or someone a bit different. Okay, he's a juggler. How does he think he's going to make a living from doing that? No wonder he dresses in rags, really. There's just no talent about anymore.
After a fruitless search, Paul stops for essential refreshment. Having spent all day on the phone, Ben's lined up some fashion designers for Tim to meet.
That's really sexy.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
I saw that coming into the door.
It is very King's Road, isn't it?
Although one's got a list of famous clients,
Jerry Halliwell, Kylie Minogue.
the rest don't. Tim's hopes of impressing Sir Alan lie in the hands of a recent fashion graduate.
It's got a lot of characters, isn't it?
And a designer with a rather niche market.
Now you can see it's very fetishistic, but it's also absolutely feminine and beautiful. It's not pervy, it's sexy and beautiful, and it happens to be rubber.
Yeah.
Tim's event promises to be eye-catching, but will it attract the audience of fashion buyers he hopes to sell to?
We are trying to make money out of this, as everyone, in a commercial sense. So we are charging for tickets. The ticket price is £40.
I just don't think you'll get it. I'll be really honest with you.
No,
I don't think you're going to get it. Nobody ever pays to go see a fashion show, not that I know.
There's a lot to do. The logistics alone are just an absolute nightmare. And then trying to get people to buy into the idea with just 2 days' notice is going to be a tricky event. But I'm confident we've got a good team, we've got a good idea, and it's a viable objective. We can do it. It's just how many people we get on the night is really going to be important for us.
Folks, I have a little bit of bad news.
At the house, Paul needs to come clean about his expenses.
Very important work. I did get, very hungry while I was there, and did spend a couple of pounds. And I need to reimburse the powers that be.
What did you buy?
Well, before I show you the receipt, can I firstly say...
No, there's nothing in your defence.
If I lose this task of £2... He got burger, didn't he?
No, I didn't. No, I have to...
One prize, one Southern Comfort, £5.95.
Yeah, it might be...
Now there's my argument.
Every penny counts, and £10's a lot of money, and I don't think he kind of gets it. So I'm going to reinforce that and say, you need to bring me that £10 back. And I think that's one of the reasons why Paul isn't in the final, is because he can't be trusted. One thing I'm definitely not going to do is leave him alone tomorrow, because I don't want that to be repeated again.
Day 2, and true to her word, Sarah keeps Paul on a tight leash as they drum up customers for her wine tasting event.
So it's a lot of fun, and it's only £25 a ticket.
Only bargain.
Do you want to have...
Isn't it?
If you're interested, I'll show you the menu. If you're not, fine. I don't want to...
What about this fine young man down here?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure? No.
Paul,
What?
I'm not being silly. That is not the way to go in and sell to those people.
But why not?
Because it's not the right approach. And as you saw, I'm not being silly, but you just literally went in and spoke to anybody. If that lady's not interested...
There's
looking at
3 people in the place.
There is. However, just going in off the street and talking to people as if, like, you know, it's not the right approach.
So what would you have done that was different to what I would have done?
What I would have done is, first of all, asked if I could see the manager.
You firstly annoyed that bloke by saying you're probably not the decision maker, and immediately he got his shirt up thinking, who the hell is she?
Well, it doesn't matter, but the thing is, I've got the name of a person who is in charge of 3 different
Yeah, but the whole point, you said to go down to these places and to knock on doors straight in.
Paul, listen, we've got the whole day together,
right?
Okay, how do you want to play it?
How do you want to play it? You're in charge. If you say to me, Paul, I, Syra, want to do all the talking, you do all the talking. But don't say that my way was wrong, because my way wasn't wrong just because it was different to yours.
Okay, you have to base your way on results. Okay, did you sell any tickets in there?
Fucking hell, the first place we walked into at 11:15, and we happened to have had no result. That's what you're basing everything on, is that it? I could say that the reason we had no result was the fact that nobody was interested in going, and you put the backup of the bloke that was in there by telling him he wasn't the decision maker. Who's in charge?
Paul, we are doing a task together. We are not supposed to split. If I'm walking down the street and I'm like, where is Paul, and you're in there,
what difference
it makes a fucking difference.
It makes a difference to you, not to the way I pitched it to him. That made no difference.
Listen, how...
Because he didn't know that I was with you or anything.
Paul, listen to me. I've got all the facts. I've got all the presentation material. Going in and introducing ourselves, hi, I'm Paul, blah, blah, blah. Doing a pitch properly to these people today is going to be important.
We'll do it your way this time.
Good morning. Hi, my name's Syra. This is my colleague, Paul.
Hello.
Can I please speak to somebody regarding a corporate event that we're doing tomorrow night? Come along tomorrow night for 25 quid, have a great meal. No, not interested, fine.
Thank you anyway. I hope we haven't given you indigestion.
Bunch of tosspots. And the other bloke, tosspot, was saying, no, you know, he was just being such an arsehole. It's like, we haven't sold any tickets and we know we've got a party for 140 people. We don't do it, we don't do
it. Ticket sales are not Tim's priority. The cost of his fashion show is rocketing.
Work out in your spreadsheet what this costs.
Your budget is below. No, we need to cut back. We need to cut back. Champagne, we're spending £2,000 on champagne.
So our whole budget is on alcohol?
A lot of which gets bought back.
Well,
I'll tell you what,
a lot of which you make money on as well.
Well, you need to put it...
No, wait. What can we knock off of those drink lists?
To be honest, the cost here that is making the budget higher is
champagne.
Your
Champagne's the main one.
But if you want to cut down, we'll cut down.
News of the project manager's problems reaches Sir Alan in his luxury villa in Marbella. They're about to get a taste of what being his apprentice will be like.
Private number calling.
Sir Alan here.
Oh, hello, Sir Alan.
And I'm just giving you a last minute, if you like, well, one of a better word, a reality check.
Yep.
It's all very well being dressed up and looking nice and all that stuff, but without the punters, we've got no deal here. We've got nothing.
We're on the same wavelength there, Sir Alan, yeah.
You know, from what I can understand, a 45 quid a pop, it's starting to worry me that, first of all, you know, the fashion industry is made up of a load of ponces, right? They don't pay for anything. You need to get you and your team concentrating on bringing the punters in, because whilst this is all not about money, it's not all about the amount of money you're going to take on the night. And you know, it is the biggest consideration, of course. And I think you better have a rethink about it, because trust me, I'm giving you a lifeline here, all right?
Okay, Sir Alan.
Now get on with it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I didn't really think it was him. I thought it was someone pretending. I nearly burst out laughing.
Okay.
Tim?
That's what you call a kick up the arse.
It's what you call, you don't have to worry. Shall we go and start selling some tickets?
Yes.
All right, Sir Alan, thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank you, bye-bye. We're fucking around. I knew we were fucking around. Right, listen, I'm going to make a call, okay?
Who to?
No, I'm not making a call to us, because What he's basically saying, stop fucking acting corporate and get those people on the boat. Forget the ticket price, get people on that boat for 3 hours because it's not all about profit. So as far as I'm concerned, we have got to go where there's thousands of people and we just tell them and give them a ticket and we just got to get these tickets out. Let's go!
What?
Let's get people onto a luxury cruise for £5.
What about just ordinary stores or something?
That's what we're doing, and we need people. And I'm ready to rock. Come on, Paul. We've got a job to do.
Syra decides to sell in the only way she knows.
Do you want me to hold that?
I'm going to bloody use it.
Syra, don't, please.
No, I need people.
This is on TV. My mum's going to see it and everything.
We have arranged an amazing cruise along the River Thames for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. This ticket would normally cost you about £1,000, but I'm doing it for £5. There's me here and a small bloke in a stripy suit who looks a bit dodgy, but honestly, he's quite safe.
Oh, no, it's a bona fide trip. You'll have a great time. I'll be there as well. Oh, I've put you off now.
At the house, Tim's team are trying to sell in bulk to corporate clients linked to the British fashion industry.
Can I speak to one of your event managers, please?
Blessing Taylor.
Blessing?
Yeah.
What a beautiful name.
He's asked Ben, a consummate negotiator, to do the talking.
Our retail, this is our retail price, is £40 per ticket. You know the buyers, you've got a relationship with them, so it obviously makes sense for you to talk to them.
You know, that sounds superb. The problem is I can guarantee you we're going to be able to go, we're going to have to deliver that by tomorrow evening.
I know the timing's a massive factor, but
Tomorrow evening.
yeah, it's a really exciting evening. It's a really sexy evening.
We do not have the time.
Oh, come on, you can always make time. You're the professional, Sharon. How likely is it this is going to happen? Any possibility of shifting, you know, let's say 20 tickets, let's say 10 tickets. Sharon, if it's one ticket, then you're doing us a fantastic favour.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just spend 5 minutes of your time? Excuse me, would you be interested?
In Covent Garden, Syra's approach starts to pay off.
Cruise. You're going to do it, aren't you? Good kids.
Have you sold him yet? Yes, I've sold him his ticket. Come on, are you coming as well?
Raj and James flog tickets to young professionals in bars.
There you go. There's a ticket. Thank you very much. For two. Great, I'd love to sell you two.
We all sit together then, eh?
You can all sit together.
After 5 hours of hard graft, Syra and her team sell out.
Raj and I followed a slightly different strategy.
Go on, and you did a tenner.
And we did a tenner each.
Well done.
So, and I've just sold a whole bunch of gaggle in there. I mean, they're loving it. And
So you've sold 50 tickets by and large for a tenner each?
Well, we've also sold 12 for 25.
We're bunks in it already.
"9 p.m. and Tim is getting desperate. He's still trying to sell in bulk, now to West End ticket agencies.
Now, what we want to do is give the opportunity to as many tourists because they get to see all the sights of London at night, a tour, champagne and canopies, etc. Should we try that one up there?
Well, no, but he said to try in the clubs, didn't he? Stuff like Equinox and places that have got the little booth.
Now, if you can get me 100 people to come, you can come as well for free and bring a friend.
We won't be able to do that at all.
Is that going to be the same with absolutely everyone along here?
We are quite lost, and now it's pissing a fucking rain. Can we go back to the car? Yeah, so I don't know. Can we get out of the rain, please?
Tim hoped to score high with Sir Alan by staging an ambitious event. But has he set his sights too high?
OK, I've got 7 things.
Bloody hell, our staff has gone up to £422.
How come?
I have no idea.
Syra has had a good day, But her unrelenting management style takes its toll on her exhausted teammates.
I've got one extra person at £9.
Yes, but
for
don't
4
forget,
hours.
Yeah, that's for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I've added on to your figures.
Well, how can that be?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you give me your figures, then I can check what prices, because the pricing's all different. And that's why, that's your responsibility, because you did
for some reason why. If you've got your figures, at least we can check to see if Andy has done something cheaper, and then we can go back to...
This was supposed to be a 20-minute fucking session, this interview, and now all of a sudden it's 10 to fucking 11. And I didn't want to be sat here anyway doing this bloody bullshit. That's why I suggested tomorrow fucking morning.
It's as simple as this. All you have to do is to say, right, OK, tomorrow morning when we go to the boat, we'll look at them. You can't do anything about them now. There's a discrepancy. Fine, leave it, move on.
But it's like £400 worth.
Yeah, but you can't do anything about it now.
Well,
it's not £400 worth, it's £110 difference.
Well, look, if you can't be bothered to go and get your book, Paul, and you can't be...
I'm doing this, you fucking idiot, for you!
Don't you...
I am here for you! I've had enough of rowing today because you seem to think you can do everything right, when in fact you do exactly the same thing as everybody else. You do not do everything right, Sarah. My problem is you.
Don't be here. I'm telling you, if
you bloody picked your fucking team, you idiot. That's why I'm here.
Just leave.
Shut up.
Oh, just leave.
Shut up, the pair of you.
For fuck's sake.
No.
You started the bloody day off getting up my bloody ass.
If you're tired, just go to bed.
I told you I was tired at 10 o'clock, but no, we want a meeting. No, we want a meeting.
Right, guys, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm not happy to have a meeting like this in a mood. Those people that want to go to bed, okay? And the other thing is, I'm quite happy to fire you, Paul, if you are going to take this kind of attitude.
Oh, fuck off. You can't fucking fire me. If I want to leave, I will leave.
Right.
But you are in no position to fire me with your executive decision.
Paul, all I'm saying to you is if I do not want you there tomorrow,
I am here.
you're not going.
I have done everything for this task to help you win.
You've done nothing but cause me a lot of problem, to be quite honest with you. Number one, I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. No, James,
are you
hold
sure
on.
you want to say that?
Yes,
Let's have a row.
Okay, then say it.
James, number one.
Right, whilst you have a row, I'm not going to take part because that's not helpful.
I don't appreciate you talking to me like that.
I don't appreciate you talking to me the way you do.
All I asked you was I need to sort some figures out, and I asked you to...
I had sorted everything out on Monday. I told you I didn't want to have a meeting at 10 o'clock at night because everyone was going to be tired, but no, you insisted on it. Well, I was tired. Nobody else wanted the meeting, but you insisted on it. You said it was going to be 20 minutes. It is now 5 to 11, as I knew it was going to be.
Do you know what? If you want to go to bed, go to bed. But believe you me, if you take this attitude, I do not want you anywhere near that boat tomorrow.
Fuck off. You are in no position to tell me what the fuck to do.
Right,
you picked me for your team.
This is fucking ridiculous. I'm just had enough. You're a fucking loon.
I just want to try and gauge what you're thinking and whether we can just sort things out. Because, to be honest, I hear your point, I hear hers. I don't actually see any point in rowing at all. And you two fundamentally have to bury the hatchet. And that is what I would recommend. But I've said my piece. That's what I think you should do.
The answer, James, is no. I don't shout because I'm bored. I shout because I'm angry.
I know you shout because
she made a mistake, and I never apologise because I never have anything to apologise for. When I get angry with someone, it means they've made me angry. And today with Syra was simply one of the most difficult days of my life because I spent all day biting my tongue because that fucking idiot went around basically insinuating that everything everyone did was ridiculous and that she knew it all. And she doesn't know it all.
I think there is something to apologise for that doesn't mean that
she is a massive power trip. She's going to make an executive decision. She's thinking about firing me. She fucking picked me.
There are some things that you said to her which were somewhat unnecessary.
Like what? Say it.
Well, telling somebody to fuck off in an angry sense, in whatever situation, there's never really an excuse for that.
It was justified then.
To you, maybe.
Because she wanted to tell me to F off, didn't she? In a manner of speaking, saying that she was going to fire me.
Well, I thought what she did was unnecessary in terms of, after you calmed down...
She had said that I was a hindrance all day. She doesn't even know the meaning of the word hindrance, apart from when she stands in front of a mirror. She is nothing but a hindrance. How she got to this position, God only knows, but here she is, and I have spent the last 3 days doing my damnedest to try and help her.
I understand what you're saying, and in a sense it's down to you to make the decision or to do what you want to do.
I don't understand what you expect me to say. To say sorry for what? raising my voice or
yeah,
shouting.
but there's no reason why you can't give a conditional sorry. And what I would say is, if there are some things, to say, look,
Get
and
her
I
in
think
this room
it's
and I'll
fair.
apologise. Get her in this room and I'll apologise.
Okay. Will you?
I will.
All right.
If she doesn't come in, it means she doesn't want to hear it, so then I won't.
Okay.
You're tired, love. If you're tired, just go to bed.
I'm sorry for raising my voice at you. And I'm sorry for using bad language.
Thank you, Paul. That means a lot. So let's shake on it.
It's the day of the event.
You see, you've got Queen on there. Everyone gets into Queen. We are the champions. I mean, how appropriate is that? Not being stupid.
Having kissed and made up, the mood in Syra's camp is upbeat. But Tim has woken up with a headache. He still hasn't sold any tickets. In a change of strategy, he sends his team to target students at one of London's biggest fashion colleges.
Find out what time a major lecture finishes. We ask the professor if we can walk in 5 minutes before the end of the lecture. We stand up front and we say, look, this is happening tonight. Tickets for sale now.
I've got the phone number for the London Institute if you want to call them and ask.
Should we do that?
Advance.
Yeah, phone them.
With the event looming, Tim hopes his high-risk strategy will pay off.
It may have been easier just to have a sit-down dinner and get people to come and do a sit-down dinner. But that was obvious, and it wasn't very wow in terms of an event. And it wouldn't have taken a lot of planning, it wouldn't have shown a lot of business acumen to just put on a dinner and dance, which is already what the boat's utilised for. To pull off a fashion show in 3 days, which I haven't done yet, but to pull off a fashion show in 3 days would be a very big feat.
Oh, this is going to be so good in here. Tickets are 40, but if we said 15 a ticket.
For £15 you get champagne, a boat, a cruise up the river.
Maybe take you around the bag, see some of the models, some of the stylists, that sort of thing. Would you be interested?
This is going to be one of the largest events to take place on the Thames this year.
Cool, guys. Good. Cool, this place. Good call.
The team tell Tim the news he's desperate for. His event has sold out. But only to students, not big spenders.
We don't foresee a profit being made this evening, which is disappointing. But there's so many different things that we're being judged on, so we're hoping to tick as many of those boxes.
Sir Alan's advisors scrutinise every single aspect of Tim and Syra's management style.
I'm pleased to see he's, well, I would say rolled up his sleeves, except he's got a T-shirt on, but he's actually, you know, grafting.
But all his efforts could count for nothing. The model agency has a problem.
Have your models not there yet?
Well, the models aren't here yet anyway. I'm not sure if I can actually get models, but they haven't arrived, maybe they're not ready to come.
So what do you do if you've got no models?
I don't know, I'm just looking at it difficult. I'm waiting for a phone call from another agency that has just called, and they might be able to do something.
Yeah. All right then, you take care. Bye. Why when you do 2 good things, 5 bad things have to happen?
On the top of each box, just put chill and then just put red.
Right, OK.
Syra's wine tasting looks set to make a profit.
And I would just put all of the white and the stuff just in a corner.
That's what the bottle looks like.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
I think it's fairly cool. What strength is it? 13.5%, is all right. Right, OK.
But her event's Californian theme is nowhere to be seen. A fact noted by Sir Alan's man, Nick Hewitt.
What about the cactus? Wasn't there talk about cactus?
There was, but we didn't manage to get the props. But we have got some, is it called bunting, coming along?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
For around the wine, because it's all Californian and American and all that sort of stuff.
She has blagged a Harley-Davidson as a centrepiece.
Oh, that's you again.
How's it going, Gareth?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
All right. I'm Paul.
Smudger.
That's a nice bike.
OK, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Oh my God.
This is
He's a poser.
This is it.
Without
too much of a struggle, they managed to get it onto the dance floor.
Oh my God, but yeah.
It's better looking back from the photograph. Light blue.
I can't believe it, it's amazing.
Upriver, on Tim's boat,
How you doing?
Oh my God, we're okay.
his designers finally arrived.
Holding it together. Yeah.
They're fashionably late, but they have found enough models to do the show.
I like that camaraderie. I'm feeling the love in the room. I'm feeling the love in the room. I'm feeling love. It's going to be a good show, everyone, yeah?
Definitely.
All right, cool.
We have a full bevy of models. We've got all the makeup artists, all the hair, all the seats, and we've got a guest list of 140 people. So we've met our target, so the boat should be full, which is the main thing for us this evening. Everything we could have done is in place. Build it and they will come.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Enjoy and let's just have a party. Everyone's been hands-on, everyone's been positive, and it's just been amazing. And I just think as a team, we're just going to have loads of fun tonight. I can't wait.
They're really scrubbed up. They're looking really smart. Can you stop eating the canapes, you thank you?
On Tim's boat, the rival event is underway.
It's great, isn't it? When you cannot say that doesn't look fantastic. 4 days of work, and we get that.
Tim's ambitious plan seems to have paid off. But will it be Sir Alan's idea of a good night out?
So it's fashion show, fashion show, fashion show. And what we got down the back there, all our models.
We have our models. Would you like to have a look?
Well, I shouldn't really.
Well, you might as well.
Hello, ladies. Adventurous, adventurous.
Sarah's plan had been to sell wine by the bottle. But with so much free-flowing booze at the tasting tables, nobody's buying at the bar.
We've only taken £151 at the bar, and the measures that I've been seeing the Paul are half glasses.
At least her team are pulling their weight.
Look at this. Not only look at the speed at which I'm doing things, but as we speak, I have a new load coming out of there, clean and ready for drying. Oh, shit.
Sarah's worries about the free wine denting her profit are compounded by a surprise inspection from the boss.
Get me a drink at least, won't it? Come on, hurry up.
What would you
I've
like?
come all the way down the river to see you. After you.
Worried that Sir Alan won't be impressed by her takings, Sarah slashes prices.
Last half an hour, I think, I would just say now, the wine announcement, the bottles, we've got 30 bottles left, £5 to take home.
Okay, done.
And eventually, the punters start spending.
The key to this party being a success was to make sure that there were enough people on here to create an atmosphere and, you know, buy enough drinks and just do lots of the different activities. So I think it's been a huge success.
Fantastic show, quick changes, 4 different outfits for each model. You couldn't ask for better than that. So the crowd love it, that's the main thing. Well, how about that then for an evening of entertainment? Can everybody put your hands together for all the designers and models once again? Let me hear
you. 12 weeks ago, 14 candidates entered this house. Now there are just 2 left, and they're packing to leave. They face a final meeting in the boardroom with Sir Alan, where one of them is going to get hired.
Yes. Francis, could you send them in, please? Afternoon all. Tim, from a managerial point of view, do you have any problems with your staff?
We worked well together as a group, and that's not being diplomatic, that's being honest. I was just blown away with the energy and effort they put behind me as the team leader, and to ensure that we got the task completed, because basically they had nothing to gain apart from their reputations.
Sarah, how do you think your staff held up?
Yeah, we had a few little...
Feel like
tic-tacs,
firing?
didn't we?
Did you feel like firing anybody?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
Due to the team that I had, the situations were calmer. We didn't have to go that far, but I think...
Would you have fired someone?
I would have done, but I think...
Was you close to doing that, or what?
I was quite close to it, but the diplomat in our team made me see sense, so that was good.
Hello.
And because I'm an open-minded person, I listened.
Tim, what's your call on why you went for the fashion show scheme?
Well, we generated a number of ideas because we had a brainstorming session once we'd actually seen the boat. And the boat lent itself very well to it. As you saw, there was a long runway which could double as a catwalk. So it actually lent itself very well to the actual idea.
Sarah, same question.
We made it very clear to ourselves that whatever we were going to do, we were not going to spend money. We wanted things for free. And to be quite honest with you, we didn't really have a theme. We knew we wanted to have a party, wanted it to be quite simple, and then we really just let things happen. And then when we found our sponsor, we let them then decide the theme for us and then go with it.
One of the things I said to everybody was, it's not all about money and how much we make, but what is your real instinct, though?
My instinct is that this is business and it's about money. You're not, everything that you do or everything that I do in a business environment there's got to be a target and you've got to reach it. You can have fun and games and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's about money. And if you can go and have fun and games and spend thousands of pounds, but you're not showing a profit, forget it.
Tim, same question. What's your general instinct?
For me personally, it was about an event which could be turned into a business. And that's why when we did go down the fashion route, it's about how could we make fashion a business. And for us, it was about hosting a fashion event and having a long-term business strategy where this will be the launch of it and it's a viable object to be able to have taken through to the future.
I'll give you my call on this. I sent you out with £5,000. You came back with £5,800. I sent them out with £5,000. They came back with 2,800 or something like that. They didn't actually make any money on the night. Tim, where was the money going to come eventually?
The money was going to come eventually that designers would pay us basically to use our venues and use our expertise in putting on events for them in the future, because we would now have something tangible to say, we did this in this time frame and it was a massive success. As well as that, we also organise with the designers a commission structure. Should anyone purchase any of their goods on the back of our events, we'd take a certain amount of commission from that. So there was always revenue streams coming back to us.
Sarah, you just heard Tim there talking about what his long-term strategy was. Why do you think that your thing would have been popular, or do you think you would have to, every single time you did it, come up with a different theme every time?
I think with us, in the time that we were given, you know, why change a winning formula? You know, we spoke to the people on the boat, we said, you know, what works well, themed nights work very well.
Yeah. I'm searching for more of your creative ideas, not what the boat people say.
All right, OK. We would long-term perhaps do corporate events and corporate themes and product launches.
Because, I want to put this to you, you are walking around Covent Garden minding your own business one day, and along comes some bubbly person who is virtually, you know, strangling you to buy something. But what they're actually saying is, I've got a boat, it's got a beautiful buffet on it, it's got a bar, I've got wine tasting, and it's a £5. Wouldn't your reaction to that be, what's the catch?
Yes.
Yeah, so don't you think that your ticket sales really actually reflected that you were giving away £20 notes for £5?
To a certain extent we did that, but we weren't dishing out £20 notes and getting £5 back. What we were doing, we were getting rid of tickets, and what we wanted were people on the boat. Our main revenue source was not based on the tickets, it was based on everything else we had to offer on the boat, and if we didn't get people on the boat, we were just going to be in deep trouble, so...
James.
If you want somebody who's going to be immediately effective in a certain team, then Sarah is probably more equipped for that. She's really hungry and enthusiastic. She just goes for the task and with the people, and she leads from the front.
Can I add on to that? If you're looking at a rounded general manager who has got a number of skills in a variety of areas, then that is Tim. He can project manage, he can lead, he can make decisions, he can sell, maybe not as well as Sarah, to be fair, but he's a little bit more consultative, he's a little bit more account management focused. And he has got that overall general management feel about him.
Listen, ex-apprentices, once again I want to thank you for your very professional assistance in this last task. It's been great. Throughout my life I've bumped into a lot of people. I've done business with them. They've become friends of mine really over the period of time. I can add names like Richard Branson, Rupert Murdoch and even Bill Gates, and I can honestly say that if I want to pick up the phone to them, they'll take my call. Here's my card. Anytime you want to speak to me, I'll take your call, OK? Have a good trip back to wherever you're going.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want you to do me a favour. I want to have a chat with Nick and Margaret. Perhaps we'll take 5, you step outside, and I'll give you a call again, OK?
Thank you.
Difficult, this is. So the decision is very tough. There's clearly 2 different skills there.
They both had their teams really behind them. I mean, they both showed that leadership.
You've been following them around for, for weeks and weeks and weeks. What is your call?
I think over the last couple of weeks, it's crystallised more and more in my mind
Come on, Margaret. Who should I hire?
I think you should hire.
If you don't mind, on this occasion, I'll ask you to leave. Actually, just leave me with them too.
Send them in, please.
It's not just about the last task, obviously, because it would be wrong if it was just on the last task. I've got to take a view of what's gone on in the past 12 weeks. I've listened to Nick and Margaret. I've listened to your own colleagues. You've obviously got two different skill sets. Your colleagues have said that you're a great manager, a good learner. Sarah's a super salesperson. But as you've no doubt picked up over the course of these weeks, I'm a man that makes up his own mind. It's what I've done all my life. One more time. Why should I employ you?
You should employ me because of the results that I've produced for you over the last few weeks and months. I want the job. I want to work for you. I like what I see from you, and I think I will fit into your company very well. I think it's a straightforward talking company that wants to make money, and that's what I want to do.
Why should I employ you, Tim?
I'm at the right age to be focused into your organisation, to be adapted to the way that you work. I have all the right skills to produce fantastic results. I just need the right manager to make me do those results. And as you've said already, I am an extremely quick learner, so whatever you task me to do will be delivered.
You must realise this is a tough one for me. And I've made up my mind now. Tim, you're hired.
I've given up my family, my little daughter, my friends, my life, basically, for 12 weeks.
Where did you go?
He likes to be tested, and that's one element of the whole show that I knew all he needed to do was get into the house and he'll do well. I certainly am really, really proud.
What's got me through all the time is that finishing line. It's that job. Well, mate, I think we may have to report. It's the achievement of working your socks off and being rewarded for it. And for me to go in and do what I've done is absolutely amazing.